Okay, so today we're going to talk about measuring perimeter for multiple different types of shapes. The first one is a square. So a square is an easy one. There's 4 sides and 4 sides that are all the same. So you can actually multiply one side times 4. That would give you the entire perimeter of the shape without actually having to walk all the way around the outside. Let's take a look at this one. Now this one's a rectangle. So a rectangle also has 4 sides. The difference is you can't just multiply times 4, because when you do that, you're saying that all 4 sides have the same measurement. And when you look at a rectangle, you'll remember that the top and the bottom are the same and the 2 sides are the same, but they're not all 4 the same. So you will need to measure at least 2 sides of a rectangle to calculate perimeter. Most times when you're calculating perimeter, it's because you need the exact measurements of something. So like a fence for your yard. Now let's take a look at this problem. This is actually from an old STAAR test. And the problem says, Stephen has a wall decoration with a perimeter of 54 inches. Which figure could not represent Stephen's wall decoration? So for this one, you would actually need to calculate the perimeter of each of the shapes that are on that screen or on the page. We're going to do each one of those and decide which one does not equal 54 inches. And they're all different size shapes, and they're all different shapes actually. When you look at them, they have different numbers of sides, and they look different, they appear different. You're going to calculate the perimeter the exact same way for all of these shapes. You're still going to simply add all the way around the outside, and then for the last one, I'll be able to show you a faster way. So this first shape is a rectangle. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the measurement for the top and the bottom, and I've highlighted those in yellow. Those are both 18 inches each. So I've added 18 plus 18 and gotten 36. And then I've calculated the left and right side, which would be in red there, 9 plus 9, and those two equate to 18. So then I take the yellow and the red to add all my sides together, and that will give me a measurement of 54 inches. This is the measurement around the outside of the rectangle that's there on the screen. Okay, now let's take a look at this triangle. This is sort of a weird shape. So I've given you each side in a different color. First we have the green side, that's 24. And then I'm going to go to the yellow side, that's also 24. And then I'm going to do that last little piece in blue, which is 6. So 24 plus 24 plus 6 will give me a perimeter of 54. I've still calculated around the outside, and there are only 3 numbers because the triangle only has 3 sides. Okay, the third option is a trapezoid, and that's sort of like the triangle with either the top or the bottom cut off. So we can see here that in this trapezoid, the top is 30 inches. So I've marked a starting point there with a dot and made myself a jump in yellow, that's 30 inches. Then turn the corner and go along the next side, that is 9 inches, I've done that in green. Then we take the next side, hop along there in red, and that's 24. And then that last side I've done in black. That gets me right back to my starting point, and that is also 9. So it's a trapezoid, has 4 sides, just like a rectangle does, but they're not all the same. And and we don't have any parallel sides that have the same measurements. So we do need to measure all of them. 30 plus 9 plus 24 plus 9 will make 72 inches perimeter. Now this last shape, I have 6 sides, so they're all the same measurement. So that means that I don't need to measure all the sides. I can see they're all the same. I can take the measurement of one of them and multiply it times 6, or I could write down 6 9s on my paper and add them up. Now 9 times 6, if you remember your multiplication tables, your basic facts, 9 times 6 will give me 54 inches. So the correct answer is our third choice, because that is the only one that does not calculate out to a perimeter of 54 inches. Now this next one was also a STAR test question, and it reads, Holly made a poster using 2 congruent pentagons and a square. Now let's remember from our shapes discussion, congruent means the same. So they've only given you the measurements of one of the pentagons. You should write down those same measurements for the blank pentagon on the left. And then they want you to calculate what is the perimeter of the poster in inches. You try this one out and let me know what you get. Have fun calculating perimeter.